Thank you. Before I get into the few things I would like to say, I want to do a little bragging. How many people in this room have great-grandchildren that are scouts? I didn't see anybody raising their hand. At the table over here, we have two Cub Scouts, and their mother is a den mother, not the one den, but the two dens. So there. So, what an honor. When I look at the past recipients, I am humbled to be put up with them. I understand that the proceeds of this event go to benefit the explorers, and there are both Boy and Girl Scouts in the explorers. I think that's a new addition in the last 15, 20 years. I don't know, but I always thought Boy Scouts only had boy explorers. So, I think we are all explorers looking for new ideas, new things. I know I was, by looking for new ideas and ways of doing something different. My company, Horton, was able to grow and expand, and after the previous owner, by doing the same old thing for 50 years, liquidated, the company went broke and it was liquidated. 3 of us or 4 of us were able to pick up the remains and make it into a new viable company, and we do business. The video says 6 countries, I think. That was run several years ago in a Junior Achievement Award. But I think we're up around between 35 and 40 different countries now that we are doing business in around the world. You know, when I think of the greatest business explorers, right here in the Twin Cities, 3M really leads the pack above everyone else. They have just, by thinking of new ways, new ideas, have not only become a good company, they have become a great company that is a role model to people all over the world. Community Builders Award. We all have a different idea of what a community is. So I thought, well, let's go to the old Webster Dictionary and see what he said what would be the if you'll pardon this, I've got a new phone. My hearing, 2 things that go bad: your eyes and your hearing. My hearing went so bad that everything comes through my iPhone into my hearing aids. So without that, I can't hear a thing. And unfortunately, somehow I didn't turn this little thing off, so it won't come through again. Okay, so anyhow, Webster says, a body of people living in the same place under the same laws. That's their definition of a community. Or if you're a plant or an animal, you interact ecologically and live in one place, as in a pond or in the woods. Well, we're not animals, so let's kind of talk about what is the community here. This event is being held in the city of St. Paul, and those of you who live and work in St. Paul live in the St. Paul community under the same laws. But the other half of community says same laws. But some of us that live in the suburbs live under different laws. But we are really different communities living under the St. Paul umbrella name. You know, we're in a presidential election cycle. And one of the big topics that we're all debating is immigration. And immigration is, you hear the candidates saying, yes, you can come to the United States and we welcome you and you will live in our community. But they don't say, will you live under our laws? And so we get very fragmented on what is really a community. And to be a strong community, we have to go back to what Webster said, that we can live in different places, but we all live under the same laws. You're probably saying, what's he talking about? What does this have to do with the Scouts? What is the Scouts' oath? What's the Scouts' law? What's the Scouts' motto? Scouts' oath is, on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The Scout law says a Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. The Scout motto, which we all know, is be prepared. The Scout oath, law, and model are how Scouts try to live their lives. It is to do my duty to God and my country, be trustworthy, courteous, thrifty, reverent, and be prepared. Scouting is about leadership as a person, a leadership about the environment and the world around us. All Scouts are community builders. My scouting experience was short, but I still remember it. In 1937, I turned 12 in March. And right after my birthday, I joined Troop 17 in North St. Anthony Park, where I grew up. Because of my slight build in my earlier years, I was about 5'7", 5'8", and weighed about 110 pounds. I was on the wall scaling team, a lightweight to be thrusted first to the top of the walls and help pull up the next heavier ones. And they in turn would pull up the anchor scouts and over the wall. The goal was for everyone to get over the wall and to the finish line as fast as they could. I think our best time was somewhere down in low 20s seconds. That's pretty good in getting 6 folks over that. I think it was a 10-foot wall even that you got over. That's scouting ended during the summer once, and during the summer I switched schools, and with all the new events happening, and the school was located not close to where we lived, my scouting days are over. And although my scouting days ended, the scouting oath, laws, and motto have helped me do the right thing in my business, civic, and personal life over my lifetime. Scouting is about leadership, to do my duty to God and my country, be trustworthy, loyal, be prepared for whatever the future may bring. I have been on many boards of directors on both profit and nonprofit organizations. I've been fundraiser for many causes. I have run a business for 65 years. I've been my own boss. Well, you're never your own boss, but you like to think you are. For 65 years, so that's, I'm not just talking about a short-term period. But over that time, I have tried to follow all what the Scouts leaders are teaching to the youth of our country and other countries around the world. My hat is off to the men and women who spend the time and make Scouts possible. I think you do a great service in making every community a better community. I want to thank the North Star Council for honoring me with this prestigious award. And now, in closing, I'd like to do something a little different. I would appreciate if everyone would stand and we would all say the Scouts oath together. So, for those of you who might have missed a little part of it or forgot about part of it, we've put it up on the screen there so we can all say it together. So, on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically fit, mentally awake, and morally straight. Thank you.